Jabaya Chorabaya Utaka Abaya Agni Ibaya.
The junior monk should always be accompanied by a senior monk. So Venerable Ananda that time should actually be accompanied by a senior monk. If not, must be two. And one more thing is perhaps most of you have not still haven't seen the message behind the sutra. Why Venerable Ananda fell into this seduction of the Kapila spell by Matanga, this prostitute. As Sharon has mentioned, Venerable Ananda has a very good memory, a photographic memory. He can memorize and dictate all the teachings given by Buddha. He has a superb memory. And this is actually exactly the mind of a scholar. Scholars usually have a very good memory. They can remember a lot of things. But the reason why he fell into the Kapila spell was because he actually put into practice, according to the sutra. He knew a lot. Knowledge, but he did not put into practice seriously. Of course, Ananda practiced as well, but he did not really put into more weightage and more time on it. That's why his samadhi power was not so enough to sustain him from being seduced by the Matanga prostitute. So what the message of the sutra here is that very important. Please, you have to take note. Dharma, after we have learned, you cannot just put like, it's a knowledge. I know Shurangama Sutra says what. I know Mangala Sutta says what. I know. No lah. You must practice. You must put into practice. You must cultivate until you gain your samadhi power. Until you gain your samadhi power. Samadhi power means what? A calm mind versus your agitated mind. Now, before we cultivate, all our minds are agitated. When you see good things, your mind will be agitated, excited. You want it. You take action to grasp it. And you're creating a new becoming. When your eyes see something bad, you are angry and you want to get rid of them. Your mind is also agitated, and you taken if you take some actions, you also create another set of new karmas. So be it bad or good, also you are still in samsara. Your mechanism of samsara is still going on. Correct. So you have to practice to calm down the mind, your agitated mind, and this practice we call shamatha practice. Shamatha. Okay. Pali we call samatha. Okay. So shamatha practice is to shut down the mind, shut down the brain activities. Okay. In what you call in specific, we shut down all the senses, the eye consciousness, the ear consciousness, the nose consciousness, and so forth. And then later on, we train on vipassana to observe on the truth. And then you gain your wisdom, your prajna, and then you get enlightenment. I'm sure nowadays, especially we modern people, we are very busy day and night. And how many of you nighttime cannot sleep? One, I'll put out your hand. Thank you. You know why in the night we cannot sleep, or insomnia, or we call even though sleep we cannot sleep well? Because, please listen attentively, because your computer cannot shut down during the nighttime. Your computer cannot shut down during the nighttime. Okay, you've been so used to it in the daytime of like using your brain to analyze problems, to solve your family problems, solve your company problems, a lot of things, financial problems. But at night, this computer is still going on, cannot be shut down. That's why you close your eyes also cannot sleep, because the eyes are already closed, the mind still functioning. Correct? That's why now we need to ask where are the minds and the eyes are. This is the reason. Okay? So the reason why we cannot sleep well, because we cannot shut down the mind. The mind is so agitated or too excited and it can't stop functioning even though we close our eyes at night. So in this case, we have to train the mind to shut down. And this is called shamatha practice. Okay? So if you are well trained on shamatha, once you are okay, now I want to go in my jhana, then you will shut down all the senses, your eye consciousness, ear consciousness, and so forth, and even your mind consciousness. And you will have a rest. Your mind now can really rest. That's why sleeping is not necessarily for you to gain energy, because if you sleep with dreams, your mind, your brain is actually not resting. The next morning you feel very tired. You're still very tired after 8 hours of sleep. Correct? Why? Because dreaming means the mind is still working, right? The brain is still working. Okay. So if you have a dreamless sleep, we call it very deep sleep, then your brainwave is in like a delta brainwave. That is a very good quality of sleep. So the same thing, knowing where the mind is, we can what you call catch the thief. When the mind is agitated, you know, hey, now my mind is agitated. And why is it caused? It is conditioned by what? And you know all the conditions. After you have taken out all these conditions, you can calm down the mind. And later on, jhana will be developed. Your mind will enter into more and more deep concentration. And then later on, you will see the truth of the universe.
Kha